If you're the person who always anticipates the emotions and needs of other people, you're scanning the room, you're seeing what's happening, you're balancing the emotions of other people. However, it's leaving you totally exhausted. That means you're leaking energy through energetic over-responsibility. And I'm going to talk about all of this in today's video. First things first, my name is Lydia Wilmsen. I'm a mindset and high performance coach, and here on the channel I talk about all things conscious creation, manifestation, business growth, strategy, personal development, all of it. And if you're new here, please subscribe, share, like, of course only if you like the content, and leave a comment. Share your opinion, ask questions. I might make a video on your question, about your question. And if you're interested in one-to-one coaching options, I have new options for you. So go to the description or to the first pinned comment and check out what I have there. I have a 30-minute coaching session, 60-minute coaching session, a full day of access to me through voice note coaching, and of course the amazing Mind Mastery community that you can join. Everything is in the description. And if you have questions, you can of course send me a message and ask. Okay, so let's get started. So what high achievers often experience, and not just high achievers, but people who are very adept to their environment, is they are entering a room and they are directly feeling the vibe and then managing the vibe. They are the ones who feel the emotions of other people, and then they anticipate the emotions and then they feel them, and then again they manage them. So for example, if there is a fight going on, they are the ones who bring the calm. If someone is very sad, they are the person who brings joy or comfort to that person. And they learned this early on, and now it's something subconscious. They don't do this consciously. But the thing is that often they totally overextend, they totally overgive. They go into over-responsibility. They even feel it's their responsibility to make sure that everyone is fine. And the thing with that is, even though it's kind of beautiful, it also means that it leaves you empty energetically. It means you are giving your energy out, but you're not getting it back. It's a massive, massive energy leak. Because usually with those people, it happens that we are really, really good in taking care of everyone else, but we are not good with receiving the same for us, and we are not good with also asking for that. We are not good with also having boundaries and say, now it's enough, now I've given enough. So this overextension and this over-responsibility really is like a massive mismanagement. If you manage to give, but then also receive, if you manage to have strong boundaries and just extend your energy as an act of kindness when you are coming from a very full glass or full energy tank yourself, then it's something different. But what I'm talking about is the people that feel drained by other people, that feel exhausted, that are constantly doing things for other people, that are taking responsibility for the outcome of other people. And I'm going to give you specific examples, but that's the first one. You are the person who anticipates the emotions and needs of the other person. And then you see it as your responsibility to manage that. Because one thing is to feel it and to see it, and be kind of okay with it as well, and say hey, I'm living my life. And yes, I can show you comfort and gratitude and friendliness. However, I'm not responsible now to make you feel good. But this is what happens with the overgivers. They feel it's their responsibility that everyone feels good in their environment. And it's not. It's not. But it comes from it is a certain pattern that usually stems from childhood, as you always hear me talk about. Basically, those children that either grew up in a very unsafe environment, they didn't know what would happen in the next second. They always had to be they became hyper vigilant of danger. Is something happening? Is someone going to hurt me? Someone going to be very unfriendly? Is there physical abuse, emotional, mental abuse? They became hyper vigilant, and that made them so proficient and so amazing at scanning the room, scanning for danger, scanning for emotional ups and downs. Or for example, if you had a caregiver, a very close caregiver who who was depressed, or what happens with my clients is that often they almost fall into the caregiving role because a parent wasn't able to, because of depression, because of other mental health issues. So they took on that role, and they always felt, what is going on with my parent, with my mother, for example? Oh my God, and they had to balance it out. They had to put their needs away. They had to take care of their own needs and then take care of the needs of the other person, because this is what they learned very early on. And they didn't learn a strategy to deal with that otherwise, because they were children. And everything we learn in those very, very early stages, this is also what becomes our imprint of love. You know, it's like, I do this in order to be loved. I do this in order to love as well. It's also an expression of love at some point, because we love our early caregivers, our parents most of the times, even if they hurt us, because it's the earliest deep connection that we have. And we then think this is love. And then if we always had to be hypervigilant, or if we always had to take care of the emotions of other people, of our parents, for example, then we learned that this is our expression of love. Not to take healthy care of our own emotions and of our own life, no, of the emotions of other people. So it is a very early imprint, and it often comes from chaotic, unsafe backgrounds in childhood, or what I said, that there was a lot of instability in the caregiver and they had to feel what was going on with that person and then be that for the other person. For example, a very depressed person, a person who suffers with addiction, and the child had to learn to take care of that. So they became over-responsible in adult life as well, because this is what they learned as a child. Either to make sure that they are safe, so they scan everything, what is happening, and then they balance it out so that nothing happens, or because this was their imprint of love. And what else happens is that then this goes into your personal relationships, but it also goes into your friendships and even goes into client relationships. And like, it seeps in everywhere. And that means your energy is not only leaking, for example, in your love relationship, it is leaking in every area of your life. So you have to understand it's a big topic. It's not just like, hey, I'm overgiving and taking over responsibility in my business. No, it usually happens then in every area of your life. And you can be very honest with yourself, because, you know, like, I have been there. I have been doing that for ages, gladly not anymore. In all my friendships, I was the one holding the emotional balance. I was the one who was constantly giving. And no one even recognized that, you know? So there is often the pain of the overgivers, the people who overly give or who take responsibility for everything, that they manage emotionally everything around them. And even physically, they take care of things for other people. And they don't even get acknowledged for that. They don't even get noticed for that. And not even like, oh my God, gratitude from other people. So it is double painful. You're doing the work, you're not being seen, you're not being rewarded for that, and you're energetically depleted. And this can change, by the way. It doesn't have to be that way forever. So what is another thing how high achievers, or those people who take over responsibility, how that shows up? It can also show up, for example, that you confuse care with carrying. So there is a difference in supporting someone in their very dark moments or difficult moments, a client, a friend, your partner. But what many people then do is they carry their load. They take energetic ownership of the outcome. So, for example, when it is in your work, that you feel responsible for the results of your clients. You cannot detach. You cannot say, I'm giving you the tools. I'm with you in the process. No, you feel it's your responsibility to make the sales happen for your client. You feel it's your responsibility that your client finally is happy. But this is a massive mismatch, and that's a massive energy leak. You're taking energetic over responsibility because it's another person. They have to do the work. If they book with you, they have to do the work. You cannot make it happen for them. They still have to apply what you're teaching. And everywhere else as well, even if it's not coaching or consulting, even if you're doing website design or some physical, some service. You offer some service, for example, some design, even if it's like interior design or something like that. And you're asking for your client to provide you certain things and also think with you and brainstorm with you, and they are not doing anything. They expect you to do everything and bring you the clients. Like, no. But you have to see it starts with you. People then always show up with you in the way how you're showing up first. So if you let yourself be depleted energetically, people will take this energy. It's free energy for them. It's almost like money lying on the floor. Someone will pick it up. So if you are leaking your energy, there will be people taking it. You have to understand that. And it will only stop when you stop that. When there is no energy to leak or to energy to take anymore from you. This is then when people stop draining you of your energy. So stop blaming other people. Stop saying, oh, but it's that person and it always happens to me. It's one of those big empath phrases. Oh my God, people always take from me. Yes, because you let them. Because you let them. And this is the work we do here. You can, of course, stay in the victim mindset and, oh, this happens to me. Yes. However, here we talk about solutions. And that comes with radical self-ownership. And understanding what is happening, and you can grieve that, you can be angry about that. All of that is very necessary. However, then afterwards, it comes with closing those leaks and saying no more. I'm not taking responsibility anymore for the love life of my friends, for the results of my clients. No, it's their work and their job to do. Something else where energetic over-responsibility shows up is, for example, when, let me check what else I have here. When you can't accept or you can't feel okay with silence or distance. You get very uneasy. You're leaking your energy into that, like, oh my God, what's happening? Why are they not responding? What is happening? You're leaking your brain power, your energy constantly in that moment. And your nervous system is basically going in overdrive to then do something. You always need to be in action. I'm responsible to fix the situation now. But you have to understand, sometimes it's about leaning back and letting the things work in the background. I talk about conscious creation here all the time, and you have to create space for the unfolding to happen. If you're constantly checking and constantly fixing, you're coming from an energy of, it's not working. I don't have what I want. I need to do something. And it also comes from a place of, I need to be in control. If there is silence, if someone is not responding and I feel I need to fix something, you're coming from a place of, I'm out of control. I need to get back to control the situation. And you have to understand that this, again, is a very early imprint. It's a childhood imprint where you never felt safe. And you're reenacting that now in your adult life when something goes silent or you feel you have lost the control over something. But you have to understand, control doesn't come through holding on to something in the outside reality. It comes through personal power. It comes through extreme, strong, energetic boundaries. It comes through an alignment with that what you desire internally. And then almost broadcasting that energy out, but not in order for other people to latch onto that. No, almost like a lighthouse, like a lighthouse. And it's like, oh, wow, that light, and people come there now. But what you're doing, you're like, I have no metaphor for that now. It's like you're depleted from the light. You keep giving light, but there is no internal source to refuel yourself, because you're leaking it to other people, but there is nothing left for yourself. And another thing that shows energetic over responsibility is if you're constantly micromanaging outcomes and everything in your business and your relationships. You're the one who wants, again, to fix everything for everyone around. It goes together with the silence or distance thing. But it comes from you, especially in business, you're not being able to outsource, you're not being able to give work to someone else and let them do their job, and you constantly have to go in and fix it and check it and see, like micromanage it. And with that, what happens here, like you controlling every step of the process, it basically can come from a deep fear of rejection. Oh my God, if I let it go and if I let it do other people, something goes wrong and I'm the one who's going to be disappointed and rejected. And this is what you're avoiding here. This is what you're running away from. But you have to understand, when we take manifestation into account, the exact thing you're avoiding, you're running away from, you're setting yourself up for. So if you're outsourcing, if you're not able to outsource, if you are controlling every detail, then often things go wrong, things still go wrong. Or you just don't have energy left to actually then keep building your business or keep working on the relationship with your partner or your kids. You're so focused on the details that the bigger picture all goes haywire. I have been seeing this with a few close people in my life and their businesses, where they are not able to take leadership for the whole complex. They are focusing on the details and they are leaving a lot of money on the side because they are not doing the work that they actually have to do. Because whatever is going on in the inside, they are taking over responsibility for the wrong things. And as I said, it's costing you your life force, your energy, and especially the energy that you need for yourself and for your desired reality. So it's really time, and your desired reality in every area of your life. So it's really time for you to take that energy back. Okay, and how do you do that? As per usual, clarity, understand what is happening, and then working on reducing that, working on step for step, stopping this overgiving. And it has quite uncomfortable moments with that, because when you shift your energy and you say like, I'm not taking I'm not doing this emotional work for you anymore, even energetically, you're not doing this anymore. People will be like, what is happening? You usually always did this, like why not anymore? And they can get angry with you, they can get frustrated with you. So it is a rearrangement, a process of rearranging the energy. However, when you're through that process, your life will be very different and very amazing, because to not do the work for other people anymore, that doesn't give you any recognition, any reward, it just drains you like crazy. From my own experience, I can tell you it's utter freedom when you don't feel you have to do this anymore and you're not doing this anymore. And you can finally pour this energy back into yourself, into your business, and into your loved ones. So that's it for today. Again, if you want to work with me, I have new options. Go to the description or the pinned comment and check them out. And until the next video. Bye-bye.